Hello, welcome to a grammar class with Manamudozo Cynthia Ifoma on the present perfect tense. Yeah, you heard me. And if you're listening to my voice or you're watching my video right now, it simply means that you're that very person that made it to 2025. And I wish to say on this note, congratulations, you made it. Alright, straight to the lesson of the day. We want to look at the present perfect tense. And what is it all about? It is that tense that expresses past action that has present consequence. However, in my grammar class, I don't like boring people with so much definitions of tenses because we are interested, or I am interested, in your ability to express yourself in that particular tense. So we always use a lot of structures in order to make sure that you know how to express yourself in a particular tense. So just bear in mind that present perfect tense is that tense that expresses past action that has present consequences. All right, now that you've known that, we're going to look at the structure. What does it look like? What is the formation? What is the rule like? In present perfect tense, the rule states that you have your subject and you take has or have, which depends on the subject, plus the past participle, which is the V3 of your verb. Now, what is important in this kind of class is your ability to know when to use has and when to use have, which are auxiliary verbs, and your V3, the past participle. If you don't know your past participle very well, you'll find it very difficult, if not impossible, for you to attempt questions on the present perfect tense. But don't worry, I am here to solve that puzzle. Let's do this together. All right. Right on my board, you can see that I've partitioned the board into three. And right up here, I've given the structure. First thing you're going to have is the subject. And I've always said subject is the doer of the action in a sentence. It doesn't matter whom the person is or what it is. The person that did the very action in a sentence is known as the subject. And the receiver of the action, I've always told you, is the object. And now we have the auxiliary verbs that must follow has or have. And after that, we look at the past participle, which I said is known as your V3. Now let's do this. He, she, it has. We call this third person singular. It is the third person singular. And whenever you have any of these subjects, you must take has. Don't forget, we always use the pronoun because pronoun is equivalent of a noun, and it's the only part of speech that can be used to represent a lot of nouns. So it doesn't matter if you're Jennifer, you would definitely take she. If your name is Cynthia, you would definitely take she. And if you're Michael, you would take he. So since we can't represent all the nouns, all the names, we can easily use he, she, it to represent them. Does that make sense? All right, let's go ahead. We've agreed that he, she, it has. And now you look for the past participle of the verb given to you. The verbs in bracket are the base. Now, the verbs out of the bracket are the past participle, the V3. So that's how it works. That's how it functions. Now, let's do this. He, she, it has stolen, has slept, has done, has gone. Any of them can go. Okay. And we come to this one. I, we, you, they would always take have. So you can say, I have chosen to follow Christ. We have bought a car. You have taught well. They have drunk the tea. is correct. Most people always think that it is wrong to say, I have drunk my tea, but I put it to you this minute. You are not wrong when you say, I have drunk my tea. Rather, you're wrong when you say, I have drunk my tea. Wrong. Drunk is a simple past tense. Therefore, you can say, I drank my tea. That is a simple past tense. But when you come to the present perfect tense, where you need to put has or have, you go for the V3. And the V3 of the word drink is drunk. Does that make sense? All right, I want you to speak the right thing. Let's do this together. The last, we call this indefinite pronoun. It could be everyone, everybody, everything, someone, somebody, nobody, nothing, no one. It could be any of this. Whenever you have these kind of indefinite pronouns, the rule states that you take has. Has becomes the auxiliary verb that goes with this kind of indefinite pronouns. And now you come here, you look for the V3 of the verb given to you. It could be go, and you say, everyone has gone. Everybody has gone. Everything has gone. No one has gone. Nothing has gone wrong. You're correct. And you can have done. The base is do. Everyone has done his assignment. Somebody has stolen. Any of them can go. Bear in mind that these are called indefinite pronoun. Is that understood? All right. Now let's see how we can apply this in three forms of a sentence, which are the affirmative, which you can also call the positive sentence, the negative, and the last, the interrogative sentence. All right, let's see the three ways we can express ourselves using the present perfect tense. Come with me and let me present them to you. Number one, we can express ourselves in affirmative. An affirmative can also be called positive statement. And positive statement simply means that that statement is void of no, not, or never. But in a grammar class like this, we always use the word not, which is an adverb. And the next way we can express ourselves is in the negative. A negative statement is that statement that has not. The next way you can express yourself is through interrogation. An interrogative sentence is that sentence that asks question. So let's see how we can do this. Don't forget that the way to express yourself in the present perfect tense is by using has or have plus the past participle, which is the V3 of the verb. Okay, number one, I have run a marathon. I have run a marathon. Negative, I have not run a marathon. Interrogative, have I run a marathon? Correct. We go to number two. He has drunk water. He has drunk water. Some people think that it is not correct to say he has drunk water. But I want to put it to you today. It is correct to say drunk. You don't say drunk. Drunk is a simple past tense. If you're confused, now listen to this. I drank water, past tense, simple past tense. But when you want to talk about the present perfect tense, you say, I have drunk water. And that A that you heard as the simple past tense becomes you. That is the correct thing to say. So never you be afraid to say, I have drunk water. She has drunk water. We have drunk water. Drunk and not drunk. Okay, we come to negative, we say, he has not drunk water. Correct. And now we come to the question, has he drunk water? Okay, we go to the last. The farmers have grown a lot of crops. That is an affirmative sentence, void of not. Now let's see. The farmers have not. Not. That makes it negative. Have not grown a lot of crops. And we go to the interrogative, which is the questioning. Have the farmers grown a lot of crops? Don't forget, it is the use of has or have plus the V3 of your verb. Therefore, for you to know this and do it properly, you must know the past participle of all the verbs before you can do it appropriately. And you will always bear in mind that when it is the third person singular, he, she, it, we take has, but the rest of the persons would always take have. Don't forget. Okay, we're going to do these exercises in order to see how far we've grabbed the lesson. Don't go anywhere. The more you practice, the more you learn. Let's do this together. We have a gap. You, another gap, and we're going to use the verb in the bracket to complete the sentence. So let's see. Remember, it is the use of has or have, and we have you. You goes with have. So we say, have you finished? Past participle, the V3, finished. Correct. Your homework. And that is an interrogative sentence. Number 2, she, a gap, marry her soulmate. Her soulmate. What are we going to do? Do we say she have? No. Is she hers? Married. You remove the Y and put I-E-D. She has married her soulmate. Okay, number 3. They, a gap, not a gap, and the verb given to us is take their meal. What do you think it is? They would always go with have. Don't forget. So they have not taken their meal. Correct. We go to number 4. The horses. Is it has? If we are to replace the horses, we'll say they. So what do you think they will go with? They would always go with have. Don't forget. Okay. They have drink. We'll change to the V3, which is drunk. Feel free to use it. You are correct. Don't say they have drunk. Wrong. They have drunk enough water. All right. Number 5, the birds. If we are to replace the birds again with a pronoun, which is the subject, we'll say they because it's more than one. So, the birds have flown. That is the V3 of the verb fly. The birds have flown away. The birds have flown away. That's the correct thing to say. Number 6, which is the last but not the least. There is a gap, not, another gap, do my homework. I will leave you at this point to figure it out. And when you get the answer, drop it under the comment section and I shall be there to vet it. Before I leave at this point, I want to take this grammar song that will help you to retain today's lesson. And this song goes this way. I have, you have, we have, they have, he has, she has, it has, everybody has. I have, you have, we have, they have, he has, she has, it has, everybody has. Anytime you're confused on what to take, should I take has or have, always sing the song and the real answer will come. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you watch my videos on the formation of regular and irregular verbs so that you will have more knowledge on your V3 in order to do the present perfect tense. Bye. See you in my next class.